Looking good. How you doing, Cal?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Cheers for doing this today, lads. Let's just crack on. So, I just said to Mason. So this is partially for my radio show, and Jack and I are also doing a uni module where we've got to run a digital festival for 3 days. Where we're just doing about upcoming bands, effectively, because it was just kind of something we're both interested in. So why not? So you boys are the perfect fit.
Brilliant.
So yeah, how you doing today? Any nice early morning? Because Mason's been up lecturing students. So
yeah, they don't let me do
that. Any reason? Past experience or?
Pass.
Oh, pass. No comment.
No comment. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Right. So I mean, oh yeah, no, fine. So I was going to say about TikTok, because obviously you lads have been blowing up on TikTok a little bit. That's kind of your biggest platform now by quite a long way. 130,000 followers, not bad. 3.5 million likes. So whose idea was that? How did that all come about?
It was actually our managers, to be fair. Was it at the start of 2020 or it was the start of 2020, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, and, it was just as we started calling Lewis our official manager, apart from calling him just some dude who started hanging around with us.
He was like, basically, I can see he's like a visionary with things like this, and he was like, loads of TikTok, and we were sort of like, oh, I'm not really sure about that. And he was like, no, definitely, let's be one of the first bands to do it. And I think me and the lads were a bit like, well, because at the time it was like flossing and stuff like that on TikTok.
Yeah.
We weren't really sure about all that sort of stuff. We were like, okay, on our own terms. And then after a few videos and a sort of inch success on TikTok, sort of completely empty yourself out to it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was initially quite like a polarizing thing. You're either on it to take the piss out of people or to do TikTok dances, but now there's kind of a midpoint where normal people are using it.
Yeah,
it's become quite a good platform, I think.
Yeah, it's because they can see how like the growth you can get on it, especially in those sort of TikTok, like real.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, obviously it's Mitch that does most of the TikToks. Is it quite an exclusive thing? Is he like, nah, you're not in it, boys, get out? Is it? You lads just can't be asked.
No, me and Cal work. We actually have a job, so.
Okay, right. So he's just full-time TikToker then.
Yeah, like that fucking homeless cunt.
He's good at them. It's the hair that sells him the most. It's
I think
like
it is,
the amount of comments that we get that are saying like, "Oh, it's Kurt Cobain" or stuff like that, and so well for TikTok.
Yeah, he's done well, and he's got his little section in his room where like all the posters in the corner. And it just looks great, mate. He put so much effort into it, bless him.
Yeah. There you go. So it's not you.
Yeah, me and Cal can't really compete anymore.
Yeah, we pop times, don't we, mate? We do a few odd ones.
Yeah, we do like the obscure ones. We come on and we just do some weird shit.
I feel like it's a bit like they've grown to love Mitch, and then they suddenly see you, and they're like, "What? Who's this?"
Who's this?
Yeah, I used to comment on my TikTok videos saying, "Where's Mitch?"
That's an L.
That's an L.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go for after this and just comment on Mitch's ones, being like, "Where's Callum? Where's Mitch?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Once
me on accounts.
Once you start getting classed as Mitch's mate, that's when you're a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that all you are? Yeah.
Decent, yeah.
Release. So, oh yeah, go on, Jack.
Oh, I was just gonna last, like, what's sort of been your highlight so far, like, as a band? What's sort of been the top so far?
Probably that Scruff of the Neck live stream. That was pretty insane. We had like 26,000 continual watchers on Twitch, which I think that's one of like the biggest in the world, like live stream gigs. So I'm buzzing about that. That was cool. And then we've been making like small victories in like just songwriting and stuff. We've been writing some absolute bangers, so that's been pretty cool.
Yeah, Cal, do you want to go on?
Yeah. I was just saying, like what Mason said with little victories. Like we've had so many, like even before the whole TikTok thing, and we had like hardly anyone listening to us. We had so many moments where we thought, yeah, we're fucking doing it, lads. Like we'd have like we had a gig in Bristol where we got served like some for the gig, and that felt like we had made it, being fed.
I mean, that's huge. And I feel like it's so difficult to kind of realize when you see, 20,000 views on a TikTok, you can't put into, how many people would that be in a venue, for example, because it's just impossible. But I feel like by doing the TikTok now, you're gonna have a guaranteed audience when we come out of this stupid lockdown, whenever.
Yeah, big time, man. Thinking smart.
Absolutely. It was all ahead, when you planned it.
Oh yeah, we've got all 100% planned.
Yeah. None of this.
You staged the pandemic, yeah. So obviously releasing music during lockdown, completely different experience because you can't go out and play it live. What's that been different? How have you kind of adapted to do it differently?
Well, luckily we had 2 songs recorded before the pandemic, like literally just before it all. So we had them in our back pocket. But we didn't originally we didn't want to release them during the pandemic at all, because we were like, well, this thing's going to be like a few weeks. We're not going to release our songs because we can't gig behind them. And then sort of at the stage we're at, there'd be no point in releasing a song without gigging behind them. But then the whole TikTok thing happened, and we were like, oh my God, there's a completely different way to promote all your songs. And it really worked for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a completely different time for every artist, but I feel like you guys have really embraced it. And I talked to a little while back, I did an interview with a guy called Will Joseph Cook, and he's gone huge on TikTok as well. So I feel like, yeah, once you just embrace it, it's not just this platform to take the piss on, and you can really make some proper ground on it. It's really useful, and I think you've done that. You guys, lads, done that well.
Yeah.
I think we have to like evolve now a bit, because some of our biggest TikToks were like, oh, we're this new band, and like we're this small band with like no people following us, and we haven't got an audience. You guys can be an audience. And now, if we said that now, it would be such a lie.
Like, yeah, we've got no fans. Yeah,
so we're gonna have to try and fucking reinvent the wheel a bit now with it, I think, which is cool. It's cool. We're moving up. We're moving forward.
I was saying to Christian before that a lot of sort of indie bands that come up on our feed are just like, oh, here's my music, listen to my music. But you guys seem to sort of have that sort of, it's like a comedy or like a trend that's going, and then it's like, oh, and we're the Rills.
Yeah.
So you're definitely like sort of ahead in that sense, where you're sort of getting people in before you're saying, oh, this is our music.
Well, me, Mason, Mitch, before like we had the whole TikTok thing, we consider ourselves, well, we find each other funny, and we've got like we like trying to find a way to get this sort of like part of our personalities into the sort of image of the band, and there was no way of doing it before we found TikTok, and then we were like, oh my gosh, this is like the perfect place for us to like enjoy ourselves in that way on the sort of like Rills platform. So it was fun doing that.
Yeah, definitely. So what's sort of like what's like your writing process like? Is it sort of lyrics first, music, or is it sort of a mad mixture of both?
We have like 2 main ways we write tunes, right? One of them is we'll come up with the song completely in practice, and then Mitch will go away and write the lyrics to it. And then the other one is Mitch will bring like an idea of a tune in, or a song he's already wrote, and then we'll just fuck with it until it sounds really good, and we'll just add all our bits and change the structure and just really get into it and just fuck it up. So that's the 2 ways that we mainly write tunes, is those 2 processes, and we always seem to get something good out of it. So we're going to stick with that.
It seems to work so far. And so, like the Angler, for example, what was the idea behind that and the process? Where did that come from?
I think that was another.
I'm sorry, Cal. I'm going to interrupt there. Mitch had the riff, right, for ages, and then I think I had this drum beat that, and I was playing that, and then Mitch played the riff like straight after that, and then he was like, right, that's cool because I wrote some words for it and that. And then Cal come in. This was all before you come into the practice, Cal, and then you come in, and then you put the bass for the drums. And it was very early stages then, but then after like a few practices and that, we'd worked it out. But I think Mitch had like some words for it and that riff before, and then that was all we had in the drums.
Right. Nice.
Do you want to say something about
that? Me?
Yeah, you just because you started talking and then Mason took over.
I was just gonna say, like the idea of like these characters with the angler and the Stardog, it sort of came. Like a lot of people sort of ask us, like, did we start with a character or did we like see this character and go, we're going to write a song about that? It sort of came afterwards, didn't it, Mace?
Yeah, because I think it was originally called Shoreditch Hipster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
but the actual character of the angler is nothing like someone like that. It's like a proper like beers lad who's just getting thrown out of nightclubs left, right, and centre. But it was about like a Shoreditch dude who was wearing, you know, like skinny jeans and those Chelsea boots. You know, awful, like Dickensian Russell Brand Shoreditch guy. That's kind of what it was like before. And then we kind of flipped it.
Yeah, I mean, this way of storytelling is really quite unique as well. So I feel like it suits it well, the way you described it as well. So beyond this new music album, what we thinking?
What the future of the written?
Yeah, what's been written? What's coming out? What are we looking for?
So I don't know what can I say, mate.
What are you allowed to say?
Yeah, but not being funny, Cal, right? You know, we give the all clears, right? We give the green what we can say. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I mean, don't break any rules just for us, but if you want to give us an exclusive, then.
Well, you know, if you want to, feel free.
don't hear Lewis as much as I do, then, mate.
So what I'm going to say is, right, we've been writing a lot of tunes, and there might be a project coming out soon, but we're just writing at the minute, and we've got some bangers.
We've got so much like good stuff on the way that it's like we've never had the chance to be able to put as much time and effort as well in terms of money as well. We've not been able to do anything as big as what we're going to do. So it's really exciting that we can spend the time on that and know that there's an audience that enjoy our music already and that hopefully they'll enjoy the new stuff. They definitely will. It's like Rills on crack is our new music.
That's good. I mean, I feel like you've been ambiguous enough there.
We've been writing some like real fast tunes. So we've got some fast tunes, and we've got some stuff which is completely different to like the other stuff you've heard. It's like we've got one track that's got like this hip hop vibe on it, and it sounds great. So we're definitely genre bending around the indie stuff, definitely.
Very cool. I mean, yeah, I think you've been ambiguous enough there that you're not going to get into trouble with what you've said, but I think that's fair enough. But so we'll look forward to any releases. So yeah, we just said earlier, June 21st. What's the plans? What's the first thing you're going to do? Is it going to be with each other, or is it going to be with other friends? Sick of each other.
I'm going to get fucking tattoos, man. I'm going to get tatted like every day for about 5 months, and just drink loads of beer in pubs, and just get really leery and try and hit Callum.
Works well. Cal, what about you?
I'll be doing. Yeah, the same thing. Well, I think in not the most unsensitive way possible. I think me and the lads really like have missed being like in close proximity to each other because we bounce off each other so much, and it influences so much of our music. So it's been really weird. Like we've seen each other pretty much every day for the past like 3 years of our lives, apart from during this pandemic. So it's been really weird. So yeah, I can't get punched by Mason. So.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, because before taking the band aside, we are all actually like best mates. I don't really speak to anyone else apart from them.
No, I don't.
So it's going to be great when we're all like moving like to the same place as well soon, which is going to be great because we've always lived like when we lived in London, we were still about an hour away from each other pretty much. if you take the time to work it all out. And then now we're going to be living in like quite a good position with each other, so that's going to be great. We've never done that before.
So it's not going to be one Rills house, but you're going to be closer together.
I've lived with Mitch before, and Mitch has lived with me, obviously, and it worked for 6 months. There was a few about the washing up. It became like a sort of mental warfare.
Fair enough. I feel like you'd be hearing him learning TikTok dances at 2 a.m.
He's like that, yeah.
Sick of it. Proper sick. But I mean, speaking of tattoos, Jack's got a tattoo. I think you might be a fan of.
I do. I don't know if you can even see it.
Is that AM?
Yeah, massive fan.
Nice. Are you sure that's not like a sound wave of someone screaming?
Someone screaming, it might be, to be fair. It might be.
Put it through that app that translates it. You see what we get.
That's the TikTok sound, you know, in that song.
You've not really narrowed it down there.
Yeah. A lot of TikTok fart sounds.
Go on, Cal, explain the joke. It's funny when you explain it.
So, if you guys had to describe your band in one word, what would it be?
Oh, good one.
Outrageous.
Good.
Good. Nice.
Creative. I like it.
Good.
I'm going outrageous.
Outrageous.
Outrageous and
Yeah,
good.
This is contagious.
Anything more creative, Carl? You're going to stick with good.
Okay, yeah, I think actually, if I think about it, it'd probably be some really weird sound instead of describers. One that I'm not going to create.
Oh.
It's not a word,
Weird.
but we'll go with it.
All right, fair enough.
We'll do it. So, I mean, yeah, you lads, or at least Mitch, I don't know if he speaks when he calls you the Antarctic Monkeys, so they're a big inspiration for you. Would they be your dream band to support, or?
Nah, fuck, I hate them.
Really?
No, I'm joking. No, they're all right. They're cool.
Support, but they're sort of like atmospheric, aren't they? Like monkeys, like they're just so big that like you can sort of hope to support someone like that. But there's so many other bands that we like. Look, like I'd love to support Libertines. That would probably be better in terms of, because I'd actually like to meet Pete, because I feel like he's a real person in a way. Whereas
I think
Alex
like Turner's just sort of, he's too far. He's not a real person.
I don't even. Yeah, I think you just see him and he just sort of like shrug off.
I'd love to support someone huge, right, who's in like a completely different genre, and it would just be like the wackiest tour you've ever seen. Like, imagine fucking Rammstein. Imagine supporting Rammstein or someone like that. Like some huge German metal band. That'd be crazy.
Like Jay-Z supported by the Rills.
Yes, shit like that would be
brilliant. That'd be so good. Right, so I've got one question I ask in every interview I do. So, what is your meal deal of choice?
Oh my god, we talk about this so much. I don't know how
really?
we always come to a meal deal.
Yeah, my idea of a good meal deal is one that's cheating the money and you're getting like a lot more for your money. I think that's
exactly.
Yeah. I think in the past it was Tesco, wasn't it? Tesco was like the best meal deal, but now so many of them come in with their sort of different style meal deal. But if you talk like
good.
I'm looking for, I love a wrap. Wraps feel special. It feels like an occasion.
Yeah.
Or a salad.
I think we'll count Subway.
Yeah, the Subway meal deal wins then.
Okay.
Italian BMT on that good bread, the tiger bread if they've got it, and then like bear salad, and then give me that rainbow cookie, and then that sugar-free Mountain Dew, and that is the fucking meal deal, boys.
Yeah, but I mean that'll set you back £6 odd, whereas a Tesco's one 3
Yeah,
pints.
treat yourself.
Easy.
Treat yourself. Don't beat
Treat
yourself.
yourself.
Treat yourself. You only
I
live
don't
once.
I feel like I've actually reverted with my meal deal at the minute, because I think when you first start getting meal deals, you try and sort of like get the weirdest thing, or you start trying to like, I'm not a child anymore, so I'm going to stay away from cheese and the Ribena and the I'm going to go for something a little bit more tropical. But I feel like I've reverted, and I do enjoy just a cheese sandwich and a Ribena.
Simple, nothing beats it.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good attitude.
Callum's diet does also consist of about a multi-pack of fruits and baby bells. In it, Cal, you love them.
Well, cheese and yogurt is my staple diet. On my Eat Well plate, it's half and half cheese and yogurt.
I mean, that's the crux of adulting, isn't it? Really, just doing what you like. I suppose there's nothing stopping you from having a yogurt. What was that? Sorry.
I've got, if you've ever seen the Petit Filou adverts, I've got bones as strong as that little girl who beats that bully up for a mile.
Train with your bones, just massive. Yeah, I mean that's all our questions really. But if you lads have anything else you want to promote, plug, shout out, then go for it, because it's been great chatting.
Well, we're gonna.
Me and Callum are splintering off from Mitch, and we're doing a two-piece project called the Ills.
Ills, yeah, the Ills.
The Eels.
Is this exclusive? So we just don't want Mitch to know until this blast, and
don't tell him.
Yeah.
Don't fucking tell him, Christian.
He's out of his job and he's going full TikTok.
If I hear Mitch question me once about the Ills, I'm gonna go furious.
Who's a content?
Wow.
There you go. Well, I mean, thank you so much for chatting, lads. It's been brilliant, and I really look forward to actually meeting you and coming to a gig, seeing all these tunes live and new.
Yeah, sure, guys. We'll sort you out. Don't worry.
Thank you so much, lads. It's been brilliant.
Cheers.
I will tag you in all this stuff on Twitter and whatever else if you fancy giving it a like or a retweet or whatever, and on TikTok.
Brilliant.
If you have control of the TikTok account. I don't know if
Yeah.
full dictatorship of it.
I need to get
equal shares. We all got the login.
Does he change the password every day? So yeah.
It's like Scientology. We have to sort of like pay our way up in the Rills.
Like a membership.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, lads. All right. Well, I'll let you get on with your day, but thank you so much, and I will see you soon.
Cheers,
fellas.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye.